Welcome back. Let's catch up on some entertainment news. And Billy Ray Cyrus has opened up about his new partner, Liz Hurley.
Yeah, this was a bit of a surprise over Easter, Pete. What's he said?
Yeah, it was a kind of a random story to start the week off because we'd had no talk about them being seen together or going out together, nothing. Now, the story today has dropped. He's given an interview where he's gone through some of the timeline of what happened with this relationship. And it began when this clip you're seeing here, this is a movie they made together and it was called Christmas in Paradise. And he said, we enjoyed working together. We laughed a lot, but he's even indicating no great friendship and certainly no romance was sparked during that time together. So fast forward 2 years and he got a text one day from somebody saying, I think you're having a hard time, I hope you'll be okay, you've got a friend in your corner. And he texted back to say, who is this? And she texted back to say, Elizabeth Hurley. So clearly there'd been no communication, he didn't have a phone number, and that was approximately 12 months ago. And since then, this relationship has blossomed. Now, bearing in mind, of course, during that time, 12 months ago, he was still with Fire Rose. So she's now departed the story. But now suddenly Elizabeth Hurley is back in. He doesn't know where it's going to go. He's indicated that he's also become very close to her son, Damien. So let's watch and wait and see. But he says she was the friend who made him laugh and she arrived back into his life at the right time.
Oh, we'll be watching and waiting and seeing. Yeah. You better believe it. We'll be all of those.
And clearly she pinched his mobile phone number off the call sheet.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Wow, OK.
Pete, iconic Australian actor Gerard Kennedy has passed away. He was 93.
Yeah, at the age of 93, and just a terrific actor, loved by people in the industry and by the public, and 2 gold logies indicates just how popular he was back in the day. Original TV show was a show called Hunter. Probably the big one that most people would remember was Division 4. And this is during the 70s, of course, when they were doing those big cop shows, all being done in Melbourne, all being done by Crawford Productions, Homicide, Matlock Police and Division 4. And he went on to do a whole bunch of other things. Very shy, retiring man, not a great self-promoter. As a Gold Logie winner, you get invited to go to the Logies for the rest of your life. He never took up those invitations, never wanted to go. In fact, he was living on a boat for about 20 years. Now, this picture here, I want you to look at that. This is going back to the 70s. You'll see there Terry Donovan and Gerard Kennedy carrying a coffin. It's not what you might think it is. This was a campaign that they were at the forefront of. TV, make it Australian. We had no real industry, but what people like Gerard and Terry did was go out and lobby the government to say you need to put in quotas so that networks have to provide a certain amount of Australian content. And to no small degree, that is why we do have an Australian TV industry today, for people like that who literally walked the streets and lobbied government. So Gerard Kennedy, a really good, solid actor. And in fact, he was so popular, he even brought out an album at one point. You know you're popular when they ask you to actually do an album. That was it there. So Seasons of Love. It was actually poetry, but beautiful voice, beautiful actor, a good innings at 93.
Oh, wow. Oh, beautiful stuff. Thank you, Pete. A new book about Princess Diana is set to be released later this year.
This will be interesting. So it's called Diana-rama, and that's a play on Panorama, the TV show where the infamous interview took place. I say infamous only because now, with what we know happened in the backstory leading up to it, where Princess Diana was deceived, where they played into her paranoia with, falsified documents, etc. Martin Bashir was the now disgraced journalist who did that interview. But now this new book has new information through Freedom of information. They've been able to go and get the internal emails from the BBC, and the writer of it, as his name there is Andy Webb. He's also got Charles Spencer on board, who's working behind the scenes with him on this book. Andy has, in fact, made a documentary in the past about Martin Bashir and the lead up to the interview. So he knows this turf very well, but now he has brand new information. So coming out later this year, Diana-rama.
All right, Pete, good wrap-up. We'll get back to you again shortly.
I do also note Diana-rama as a panorama. But if I remember Archie's Year 6 school project correctly, we had to help him with a diorama. So I think it's a play on both.
Yeah.
Don't you think? Diorama, panorama,
I don't think that's the interesting thing about that statement. Well, the interesting thing about the statement is that you did your kids' homework.
No, didn't you ever have to help?
That's what everyone watching...
It was a whole thing with it was a bike shop.